Right, well, tell me, how is everything? How is life? How is work? How is weather?
The weather is nice.
Mhm. Okay. Well, you are from somewhere from Siberia, yeah? Novosibirsk, no? Or I'm mistaken?
Um, I now I live in Moscow.
Uh-huh.
Earlier I lived in
Uh-huh.
Novosibirsk. Yes.
Uh-huh. Okay, so I'm not mistaken. Then tell me, how was Moscow City Day? What did you do for the City Day?
Today,
No, City Day. Day of City. Day of Moscow. День города.
no, I wasn't in city day.
Uh-huh, you didn't do it. Okay, good. Ivan, hello. How is life?
Hello, I'm fine, thank you.
How is weather? How is mood?
It's Indian summer, it's excellent weather, I like it very much.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. And by the way, we are discussing here Moscow Day. Are you from Moscow?
No, I'm from Middle Ural, near to Yekaterinburg.
Oh, so we have today Siberian generation, yeah?
It's not Siberia really, it's far away from Siberia.
Okay, but you know, for people who are from Europe,
Yes,
you know, like
it's
everything from Moscow is Siberia.
yes, it's outside Zemkat, so it's somewhere in nowhere.
Uh-huh. Okay, very good. So, Tatiana, hello.
Hello, Marie. Hello, everyone.
How is life? How is everything?
Everything is okay. Thank you.
Mm-hmm. And how is weather in Austria?
This weekend is quite warm. It's more than 20 degrees, maybe 22. Yes, but
Mm-hmm.
it's already, I feel that it's already autumn, not summer, because sun
Uh-huh.
is not so strong.
Uh-huh.
Warm, but
Okay.
it's
We
warm.
see. Good. Elvira, hello.
Hello.
How are you? How is life?
Fine, thank you.
Uh-huh. And by the way, you are actually new to us, so tell us a couple of words about yourself. Where are you from? What do you like?
I'm from Uzbekistan.
Mm-hmm.
I'm software developer. Um, I don't know what to say.
Okay, welcome to our company.
Thank you.
Okay, Raman, hello.
Hello.
You can switch on camera if you want.
But my camera doesn't work.
Okay, no problem. So then, how are you? How is life?
I'm okay, and yeah, thanks.
How is weather in Sochi?
Oh, do you remember me?
Of course, I remember everything, you know, professional memory.
Oh, that's great. Yeah, today is raining, and but it's still very hot.
Uh-huh.
Лёша, можешь дать камеру?
Okay, very good. So then, guys, today we talk about articles, as you asked, okay? And I will disappear. I will open the presentation for you. If anybody has the problems with the presentation, please tell me, okay?
Yeah,
So, and here is the link. So let's go. Articles, yeah, and there. Tell me, please, what do you know about them? So, why is it a problem for you, yeah, and so on. Let's start maybe from Tatiana. You asked it last time, so tell us, please, what is the problem for you with articles?
I don't know, sometimes I don't know where to use appropriate articles, and sometimes I use a lot of articles, sometimes I miss them, and I'm not sure if I write or not when I use them.
Okay, good. Ivad, what about you? What is your main problem with articles?
My main problem, I use it everywhere after each word. Because it's some strange concepts for me and I'm trying to use it too often.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. Эльвира, включите микрофон свой, да, там сверху микрофончик. И мы обычно, когда не говорим, микрофоны выключаем, чтобы не фонило. So, what is the problem with articles for you personally?
I don't use it when I speak. I know when I must to use it, and I make write exercises, but I don't use in speech.
Uh-huh. Okay. Roman, what about you? Do you have problems with articles?
Yeah, sure. I make a lot of mistakes with n and the. I don't say. I don't know exactly when I need to use a n and when I should use the.
Uh-huh. Okay. So as usually, all the main problems come to the problem that our native language is Russian, where we don't have it, yeah?
Yeah.
Okay. By the way, Anastasia, hello, how are you?
Hello, I'm fine.
Okay, good. So join us. We are on slide number 2. Okay? So, guys, let's go. First of all, I want to know some basic information that you know about articles. And the first question is, what does article mean? So, what is this? And is it just a and there, or there are other words that are associated with the word article? So, let's start from Nastya.
I think that because in English they don't have, you know, how to say, rod.
Gender.
No, not gender. Падеж.
Case.
A case. That's why they need to use articles. I think it's sometimes it show the case. No?
Well, good idea, but actually not from here. So let's ask then Alena. We are on slide number 2, and tell us, please, what does article mean?
Hello, guys. Articles mean noun, существительное.
No, okay.
It is maybe plural or singular noun. It is maybe certain or identifying noun.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. Elvira, what does article mean for you?
I think it's a part of English languages. Its mean is the it will say about general nouns by every cat, for example, or for one of these. Just this cat or just this bank, not all of banks, any of the banks.
Uh-huh. Okay, closer to the rule. Thank you. Ivan, what does article mean for you?
I think it's marker of noun as as we had already. So it's just a grammatical structure to identify that it's not a verb, it's noun.
Uh-huh. Okay, thank you. Roman, your turn. What does article mean for you?
As I know, articles n and e mean just one.
Uh-huh.
And article there means just this.
Uh-huh. Okay, good. So then, Elena, are you with us? Oh, Elena disappeared. So then, guys, actually, what was the word about? What you should understand, the word articles do not comes directly to the grammatical part. То есть это не просто артикли. Article also means the article in the newspaper and article of law, статья закона, yeah? So when you see the article directly, don't start panicking that and there. Maybe it's something else, okay? So that was the first idea. The second idea, what are the main problems? We already discussed that in our native language, in Russian, we don't have article and we have nothing like article. Does any of you has any other language, native language, which is not Russian? Elvira, maybe you have also your native is Russian?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So then, who knows any other languages? German, French, Italian? Tatiana, tell us, what about German? What do they have in German, like articles?
In German, they have more closer to Russian. They have three genders, and also article. They don't have adding like in our Russian cases, and they use, but they have different articles. They have three cases. And they have not only three words, they have more than three words for different cases. And, yes.
Okay, so is it a lot of difference with English, or you can somehow compare?
No, in English we have only three words, and they have not additional forms, but maybe German closer to Russian, and it's more simple to understand which articles were to use, and usually each noun, because I understand that in German and also in English, nouns are weak words, and they need the support of additional words. And in German, usually, if you don't use adjective, you should put one of articles.
Okay, good. Nastya, how about your French? Can you give us parallel with articles?
Actually, I know a little bit German and French, and it differs from English in a way that they have articles which reflects gender. For example, in Italian, we can understand from article what is it, man or woman, or in German the same, but I didn't understand the previous question. I wanted to answer what's the reason why articles appears. I don't understand actually why it's needed in a language.
Actually, we don't discuss it yet. Don't jump, yeah? То есть мы еще до этого не дошли. Well, then, as you've got right, the most important idea of the article, as you all got, yeah, that it is a support. Это просто поддержка. It's not something very important that we cannot live without, but at the same time, it's like when you talk in Russian without ending. Красивая девочка and something like this. For us, it sounds funny. Same in English. When you start saying like apples or something like this, it's один яблоки. So you understand. So then, let's come to question number 4 then. And tell me, please, what are the articles for? I want to hear idea from every one of you. And let's start maybe from our newcomer. Dmitry, are you with us?
Yes, hello. Good evening.
Hello. Okay, so we are talking about articles, and tell us, please, do you know what are the articles for? Just one idea. Да? Нас много, поэтому по одной идее.
You mean articles?
Артикли, and the.
Okay. I can't explain. I want to skip. Sorry.
Okay, no problem. Then, Nastya, do you know what are the articles for? Just one idea in English.
No, I don't know. You mean the reason for what this article we need?
Yeah. Why we use? Why we use?
We use it for согласование.
Agreement.
agreement. No, I don't know. Maybe for to determine the gender. Maybe I don't know.
Okay, Roman, can you tell us something? What are the articles for?
Yeah, I think we need articles to differentiate verbs and nouns.
Good. Ivan, why do we need articles?
I think it's a way make a language more clear, more definitely, more certain. So we can describe with. We can add a small article and make the situation more clear. So for that.
Great. Tatiana, what are the articles for?
Yes, I continue idea that when we introduce to mention a noun the first time, we use article a, and because we don't know exactly the subject, we just mention it the first time, and in this case we use a. When we repeat this word, we use the.
Okay, good. Alena, any ideas? What are the articles for?
I can only add that I think articles for means none.
Okay, good. Then Elvira, what do you think? What are the articles for?
I can't add anything more.
Okay, very good. So guys, then let's come to slide number 3. I will start explaining first part and then we will come back. So here, what we should understand when we talk about articles. We have proper nouns and we have common nouns. Proper nouns are names, это имена, okay? Имена собственные. Common nouns are just nouns. So all the nouns can be of two forms. They can be countable and then be uncountable. Okay? So countable, it's like apple, banana, watch, telephone, because we can count 1 apple, 2 apples, 1 telephone, 2 telephones. Non-countable is when we need something else, some other words to add. For example, water. Water is uncountable, but you can say a glass of water, a bottle of water, a liter of water. I don't know, 1 ton of water. So this is uncountable. Thus, when we speak about uncountable nouns, if we have general meaning, we will never use article. You cannot say a water, because a water it's already something specific. You will say just I like water. Я люблю воду. Yeah? What would you like to drink? I would like water. Yeah? Do you like tea or coffee? I prefer coffee. Do you like would you like to buy a golden or do you like gold or silver? I like silver. So these are just metal. You never use articles. You can use there if you want to show something specific. For example, the water from the Black Sea is different from the water from the Red Sea. Okay? And this is already the specific. Now, when we come to countable nouns, everything is very easy here. If we speak about singular, it can be an if we are talking about general meaning. And and an always means one, один. So these articles came произошли derived from the word one, от слова один. So an apple actually in Old English meant one apple. То есть одно яблоко. Later we had an additional meaning одно какое-то. So an, when you have an article a and an, it always means один какой-то. That's it. And the synonym is any. So when you don't know what to put, try to put one or try to put any. And if it suits, so bingo, you got it. Yeah? Then there is тот самый. And in Russian it's translation the тот самый. For example, the cat, the train, the door, та самая дверь. Okay? So when you say open a door, that means that there is only one door. Open one door. Открой какую-нибудь одну. And we understand that there are many doors in the room. When you say open the door, that means открой ту самую дверь, and we all understand that there is only one door in this room. That's why we want to open it. Got it? Then when we talk about plural, in plural we don't need any articles at all. If you have apples, prunes, telephones, anything, you don't need article. It's plural already. You can use there if you mean something specific. For example, the apples from my grandma's garden are tasty. Okay? So the most important thing, what I want you always to understand about article, and life will be easy, is that an is the same as one, same as any, and the translation один какой-то, одна какая-то. The exact тот самый. Okay? So once again, if you have problems, just check with this. And now let's come back to slide number 2, and I will give you some words. Yeah, I want you to ask each other the questions. Start from number 5 to number 10. Yeah, choose any question, ask anybody. Let's start maybe from Dmitry. From number 5 to number 10, any question, ask anybody.
Tatiana, what does A and N mean?
If the noun starts with letters A, O, U, Y, you should use article N. Vowel. If yes, if word starts with vowel, you should use article N. If with consonant, we use article N.
Okay. Be a teacher. Ask everybody for an example of A and M.
Okay. Please, Ivan, give me some examples of nouns with different articles.
Okay. A car, an apple.
Okay, thank you. Your question.
Mine?
Yeah.
Okay. Roman, why do we say why do we say the biggest, the most important, but not a biggest or a most important?
Good question.
If you don't know, you can readdress the question if you don't know.
Ah, okay. Then, Alona, could you answer please on this question?
Good questions. I think it's about the biggest, the most important. It's about certain things. If we can not say in about not certain, неопределенные какие-то вещи.
Not certain, okay.
Not certain things, we can say a biggest, a most important.
Well, not exactly. Nastya, can you answer same question? Why the biggest, not a biggest?
Yes, I think it's because it's the biggest and the, for example, longest. It's well famous. It's the only one which we can determine its exact definition, because it's, for example, it's the biggest town in the world. It's only one of other towns, and it will be exact certain thing, not any.
Okay, thank you. Well, guys, any other additions? Does anyone know any other rules? No rules, yeah? So look, the biggest, the most important, because it is superlative degree, превосходная степень, yeah, EST most. We always have there, when we talk about superlative degree, this is common rule. But we can use the biggest, we can use a most. And there is the question. For example, you can say, Tokyo, for example, is the biggest city, yes? Tokyo самый большой, or London. Okay, let's think that it is Tokyo. Tokyo is the biggest city, or the Atlantic Ocean, or the Pacific Ocean is the biggest ocean, okay? The biggest, он самый большой, потому что он один, the biggest. But you can say a biggest, and it means один из больших. For example, Atlantic is a biggest ocean. Один из больших океанов. It's not very preferable, it's not very common. Да, это нельзя везде пихать. You need to understand why you do it. But actually it's not a great mistake. So if you can explain, it is one of. Один из. Okay? Good. So we stopped with Nastya. Nastya, your turn to choose any question and ask anybody.
Okay, Elvira, why it is once upon a time but the end? How would an end or once upon the time change things?
Could you repeat?
Yes, it's question number 9, and it's about what's the difference between expressions once upon a time and once upon a time.
United States is complete from more than one words. United States of America, Russian Federation, the Russian Federation, but Uzbekistan without any articles because it's one word.
Ага. Well, not from this opera. Не из этой оперы немножко. Okay. Nastya, ask same question from anybody else.
Okay, the same question to Dmitry.
Number 9.
Number 9.
It is once upon a time, but I can get the question.
Nastya, if you need to translate, if you need to explain.
Okay, once upon a time, usually it starts tail, so once upon a time, однажды что-то было. Why we use a time, not the time? And the second expression, the end, not an end. Почему? Why конец истории, например, будет с определенным артиклем?
Maybe because we know what time is. In article, in tale, we didn't care about what time talking about. But in the end, we know this time is ending. It ended.
Okay, good. Dmitry, your idea?
The same question, 9?
Yeah, same question. It's quite difficult, so we discuss it all.
I think we have a lot of moments in time. This one a time moment, but the end is specific. It depends on story maybe, because it's special, the end.
Okay, bravo. And guys, have a look at this one. Yeah. So every story has an end, yes, but life ending is a new beginning, and the end. So you're quite right. The end is the end of the exact story. Конец определенной истории, yeah. But you easily can say an end, and it is любой конец. So any ending. And once upon a time, as you all said, right, because it is, we do not care when exactly. Once upon a time, когда-то. So, один раз в какое-то время. If you translate word by word, it will be easier for you. Один раз в какое-то время. If you say once upon the time, that means один раз в какое-то конкретное время. So, this is not a fairy tale already. It's a story. It's a history. Okay?
Yeah.
Got it?
Okay.
Great. So, Dmitry, your turn. Ask a question.
Then, for whom? I don't see. For Elvira, did you like this discussion on articles?
Yes, I like.
What is the most interesting?
The interesting is trying to speak in English for me.
Okay, good. Well, Elvira, your turn to ask the question.
Okay. Ivan.
And which question?
Do you care about whether or not you understand articles and use them correctly?
I think I understand the difference. I think I understand the rules, but I'm sure I will do mistake a lot of time because I don't know why. I'm careless when I'm speaking and I don't know how to change it.
Okay, thank you. Your turn to ask the question. Actually, we have here also question number 9, which is not asked, number 10, yeah, and number 6. It's slide number 2.
Yes, nice question. Anastasia, how would you describe what articles are to an alien?
A line.
How would I describe what articles are to an alien? It means how to describe the article with the word alien?
To the word alien, к инопланетянину.
Okay, it's easy because we don't know exactly even exists this alien or not. That's why it's something uncertain for us. We don't say what's the exact alien we mean, because maybe if we talk about alien from film which we just watched, we can say that the alien in the film was very terrible or something.
Okay, good. So then, your turn. Ask any question.
Yes, Roman. Do you think the terms definite article and indefinite article help you understand articles better?
Definite article. But what does it mean, definite article and indefinite article?
It means there and definite it's there, indefinite, yeah.
Help me understand article better. Yes, maybe, but I cannot say exactly.
What helps you to understand the articles?
What do you mean?
What helps you? If there is anything in this world that can help you to understand the articles?
Maybe slide number 3.
Okay, thank you. Your turn to ask the question.
Okay. Maybe.
Tatiana, Alena, silent for long.
Yeah, let's ask Tatiana and for the question. For a question. Number 6. Would the English language be so different without articles?
Tatiana?
For me,
Yes, for you.
For me, English would be easier, and my essay and writings would contain less mistakes. But I speak as a foreign person. But maybe for Englishmen, exactly, they would have some misunderstandings between them, because if these words exist, so they are important and they help people to transmit their ideas more clear.
Okay, your turn to ask the question.
Okay. Alena, what's the difference between I'm a student and I'm the student.
One second, please. Okay. I'm a student. I'm a student. It means if I'm a student, not pupil, not worker, not somebody else. If I say I'm the student, I'm student from other students like I. I'm a definite student from other.
From the definite university, you mean, yeah? Or you are different from other students?
Yes, yes.
Quite right. Wow. So once again, a student is just a profession, occupation. I'm a student. I'm the student. That means я тот самый студент. So I'm the student who came here yesterday, or I'm the student who asked for this book. Okay. So Alena, your question to anybody?
Какие мы еще не отвечали?
Slide number 6. Most of the questions are not asked. We jumped. Мы перепрыгнули, yeah? Slide number 6.
Эльвира, do you care about whether or not you understand articles and use them correctly?
I don't use them correctly. I always forget about articles. But I think it's important for native speakers because they already correct my writing with adding articles.
Okay. Your question.
Okay. Anastasia.
What
advice would you give to someone trying to learn articles?
I will give advice which I gave today about special words. For example, to determine the article, we can substitute the word exact. And to determine indefinite article, we can try the word any or no any. Okay.
Okay, thank you. Your question, Dmitry and who and Ivan are silent.
Okay.
Dmitry, just a second. Dmitry, I asked Anastasia to ask, okay?
Okay.
Okay, Dmitry, does your teacher do a good job at explaining articles?
Yes, she does good, but I have nothing to do to understand it. Thank you.
Okay. Dmitry, can you explain us the articles, how you understand them, and the, how we should use them and when and why?
It's the same, what are you talking before? A special for singular, and the for special with the things, the special properties in single. It's all.
Okay, thank you. Ask any question from Ivan.
The first one on the 6th page. What do you know about English articles? How they appeared and why?
I think it's reduction of words one and that. But why? Because it's faster to say.
Okay, yeah, quite right. It's reduction, только не reduction, a reduction, yeah, a reduction. And also, don't forget, for example, we have address and we have to dress. How we can explain, how we can understand it without article. Dresses, yeah, dresses, it can be he dresses her, yeah, and we can say I have a lot of dresses. So unfortunately, English is funny language. So guys, then let me give you also some other pieces of information. First of all, slide number 4, yeah? And believe me, articles are not so easy and are not so difficult as they seem to be. You need to think like a computer in algorithmic way. То есть думаем по алгоритму. When we got any word, we need to see. So let's start with you. Oops, just a second. Do you see my mouse?
Yes.
Yes. So we start from here. Is there any possessive pronouns like my, your, his, etc., and Peter's or whatever? Always I hear how students make mistake. The Peter's car. Come on, why we do need it? Why do we need there if we have already Peter's? So if you have any possessive pronoun, forget about article. Okay. Then, if we talk about the thing that we all know, or that we start talking about, like I have a cat, the cat is black, or this is a nice car, the car that is nice. So second time we use this word, exactly it is there, and you can forget about the problems. If the first and the second rule doesn't work, we go to the superlative degree. In 99% it will be there. So if we have best, most, the cleverest, the silliest, yeah, the most beautiful, the most interesting, the worst, always the worst we will have there. If we do not have superlative, we should think, is there only one thing in the world? So if we have this in only one, yeah, for example, the sun, the moon, the star, it's only one, она единственная. Thus we can say there. The Pope, Папа Римский, yeah, the President, он один в стране. That is why there. The same story about the location. For example, you say, we have a small town, у нас маленький городок, and we have, where is the church? We ask, where is the church? Because it is the only one. If you ask where is a church, the speaker understands that there are two churches, or maybe more, and you ask for one. Okay? So, as soon as you understand that there is only one thing, you use there. Как только подразумеваем что-то конкретное одно, сразу the и не переживаем за это. But with profession, не путаем это с профессиями. С профессиями всегда article a. She is a librarian. She is a librarian in the library. Она библиотекарь в библиотеке, because the library is the only in my city, for example. Okay? Then, when we talk about uncountable noun, if it is not the only thing, but it is uncountable, we don't need article, forget them. If we talk about plural, again, forget about it. If we talk about name, forget about the article. Okay? And if all the previous things do not work, only then we can use a or an. So, your problem and the problem of most of the students when they start using articles, you all want to put a. Всем почему-то хочется впихнуть сразу. Неважно куда, неважно зачем. It sounds like Russian, yeah? You know, the word that we use when we don't know what to say. But in English, it's the other story. So, best variant, try to put there. If you are actually lost, если потерялись, and you don't know what to do, you can do three things. First of all, you can use in plural. Можно поставить во множественном и не переживать. You can use the word in plural, and you actually get rid of the problem a or there. Second, you can try the word any or exact. Yeah? If it also doesn't work, then only you can start using the rules like a one, the one. Got it? Okay, good. So then I want you to come back to the slide number 6, yeah, and continue asking questions if we have any left. So let's start from Dmitry was the last to answer, yeah? Choose any question and ask anybody. Slide number 6. Dmitry, are you with us?
Yes. Should I?
Yeah, you. Choose any question.
I like the question about alien. And
From
now
who
what
would
time?
you ask it?
From who? There's a name. Tatiana, of course.
And sorry, Tatiana, I will once again re-ask the question. How would you ask, how would you explain what is article to an alien, yeah? How would you explain alien? Как вы объясните, что такое предлоги to an alien, инопланетяшки? How can you do it? Try to explain it.
No, at first, why we use here n, because alien...
No, sorry, Татьяна, not why we use here n. То есть не зачем мы здесь используем n. Здесь вопрос звучит как объяснить инопланетянину, что такое артикли. Imagine that we all here are from other planet with some UFO. Try to explain us what articles are.
Usually, I have experience to study Russian, and my student usually made a lot of mistake with Russian endings, and I gave him a piece of advice. So you are a stranger. It's for sure you will do a lot of mistake in foreign language. So for the first time you can forget about endings because your accent and will be show that you're a stranger. It's okay. So, but if you're advanced student, so when you start your speech and you want to mention a subject or what about you want to speak, say this word with article a or n, and then continue with them.
Okay, good. Thank you. Well, ask any question from anybody.
Okay.
We can repeat the question. Можно повторять вопросы.
Okay. I will ask Elvira, what advice would you give to someone trying to learn articles?
What advice? Could you repeat? What question is?
Number 2. But can I add a little bit? I would like. Can I add something?
Yes,
because
sure.
it's very important. For me, it was some months ago. It was really discovered that we should be very careful with uncountable. Uncountable. For example, it's also a big difference with Russian language. For example, the word advice. I always use I give you an advice. And I was very surprised to figure out that advice is uncountable noun. So if you say I give you a piece of advice, it's okay. But you should say I give you advice without a. So we should be very careful here. Not just with water or butter, with very simple words.
With all the words that are uncountable. So, Elvira, what advice would you give to someone who studies article?
I don't know, maybe make a lot of practice to just remember this word is usually with this article and this word usually without any articles.
Okay, interesting. So, well, ask anybody a question.
Anastasia, When do you think articles are absolutely totally necessary? Slide 2, question 10.
I think in order to speak correctly, to speak what you mean, not the common sense, but the details. You mean something uncertain or certain in that way, I think.
Okay, good. Well, guys, as we start forgetting about the rest, yeah, I will also disappear. And by the way, look, I added slide number 7. So let's start doing some tasks. The first one for Aliona. You have the question, what's wrong? I have a and the bad headache. Choose and explain why.
Так, я выбираю реплику.
No. You have the question, yeah? So, and you need to answer it and explain why. If you don't know to explain why, you ask anybody to explain you why.
Why was today's class cancelled? Cancelled. Because the teacher is sick.
Will you explain yourself why is there, or you will choose anybody else? Сами объясните, почему здесь D, или кого-то выберите.
Because our teacher, it is definitely teacher. We know about teacher, and it is the teacher.
The teacher, good. Then next to Ivan, choose any what you want, read and explain why.
What does he do? He is an engineer. It's because of occupation. It's because he is one of engineer. So that's why we use N.
Okay, good. Well, can you change he's the engineer? Can you continue the sentence in such a way that we need to have the engineer?
He is the engineer who broke my car.
Very good. Choose any person who should be next.
Okay, let it be Roman.
Okay, my question will be, what did Tom buy? He bought a new camera. And I used a because we don't know what is a camera.
It's something new. Okay.
Any camera.
Any camera. Very good. Choose who will speak next.
Anastasia.
Okay. How long does it take to get there? It takes about an hour. I think I would say an hour because it's not exactly the hour. It's about an hour. It's uncertain thing.
It's uncertain thing. It's any hour. Yeah, 1 hour. It took 1 hour. And why we use an hour, not a hour?
I don't because it's H.
And because it's not H. Because we start like with A.
Yes.
Yeah, if it will be hour, then it will be a. But as it is hour, then it is an. So, thank you, Dmitry. I think for you will be number 1.
Number 1, not 6.
No, number 1 is not discussed yet. Первое еще не объяснили.
What's wrong? I have the bad headache.
Why is there a bad headache?
I think we should use the because we are talking about exactly bad headache, not the any headache. It's a special kind, bad headache. Because we should use there.
Okay, Elvira, sorry, Elvira, do you agree with this? The bad headache?
I think we needed any articles because it's uncountable.
Headache is uncountable?
Yes.
Okay. Well, it's not a little bit from here. Ivan, what about headache? What do you think?
I think it must be there here because it's not just a headache from last week. It's now. It's my headache. It's now and there. So it's something different.
Okay, let's ask everybody. Tatiana, what do you think about headache?
I think a bad headache because here a person not yet specify where exactly he or she has headache. Maybe in stomach. Yes, headache.
Headache.
Sorry, I would not. Maybe no. I think it's L because he's different kinds of headache, and here he didn't mention what exactly.
Okay, which part of head? Yeah, why not? Alena, what is a bad headache or the bad headache, doctor?
I think it is the bad headache. It is certain my bad headache because the bad headache.
Okay, Roman, what do you think, Roman?
Actually, I agree with Ivan, and we should use a bad headache.
Okay. Well, Nastya, bad headache as a...
Okay, I will use a bad headache because it sounds better. I didn't remember that I heard to the bad headache, but I can't explain exactly. But I think it's something like a new piece of information. I have a bad headache. It's maybe after we will use the headache when we go into details.
Very good. Well, guys, the right variant is a bad headache, and let me explain why. So those who mean a won. A bad headache, first of all, because we have a descriptive pronoun, descriptive adjective, у нас описательное прилагательное. Bad, какая, то есть everything that answers the question which, какой, какая in Russian, descriptive adjective, and it means, if it is used for the first time, употреблено в первый раз, plus descriptive adjective, it is a. Okay? But the bad headache which I got as my hangover, которую я получил как похмелье, then it will be there, of course. Got it? Okay. And there are one more thing. Unfortunately, we're running out of time, so I will fast explain you. And there is slide number 10. So one of the most difficult things for us as Russian speakers, there with some exact things. Yeah. So as we already mentioned, there will be used if it is only one in the world or in the place. If it is already mentioned, if we understand, if something means the whole class. Когда один обозначает целый класс. For example, the wolf is an animal. Волк – это животное. That means all the wolves, все волки в мире, они животные. That's why we say the wolf. It's a class. Yeah? Or the teacher is a human. Учитель тоже человек. Yeah? So the teacher. Then next one, musical instrument, always with the. Play the piano, play the violin, play the flute, and never with preposition. Никаких предлогов и всегда только the. Okay? And then when we talk about some systems of service, the train, the radio, то есть то, что мы используем. How can I catch the train? Как мне попасть на поезд? Yeah, you mean the place where the train starts. Can you switch on the radio? Включить телевизор. Can you switch off the TV? Телек. Not the, how to say, not the box itself. Не саму коробку, but the service, the TV. And when we use adjectives like rich, poor, elderly as a noun, for example, the poor, the rich, это богатеи, бедняки, so we changes the class. То есть, когда меняется класс, когда меняется значение, может выступить the. If you remember these awful tables about the Himalayas, but Mount Everest, yeah, the Volga, but River Volga, or something like this. Actually, don't be very much afraid of it. То есть не боимся этого всего. You need to know two main rules. First of all, countries always without articles, except for countries in plural, кроме стран во множественном числе, and countries that have kingdom, state, federation, union, republic. Same thing about plural works with mountains. То же самое работает с горами. Mountains, yeah, then oceans, rivers, seas, canals, group of islands, always with the. То есть вся земля во множественном числе, вся вода всегда с артиклем the. И не переживаем за это. Но the single mount will always be without article, Everest, Kilimanjaro, because it is a name. Это имя. Горы называли в честь кого-то. Okay? А имя идет без артикля. So the rest of these awful tables, don't be afraid of them. Остальные части этих ужасных таблиц, не боимся их просто нужно понимать. And there are also here, I introduce you a couple of other information, yeah, a couple of other articles, plus exercises, you can do them, and you will master your articles. Okay? Good. So then, do you have any questions after today's meeting? Would you like to discuss something more next time? Let's start one by one. Nastya, what about you?
Actually, for me, it's the most difficult topic, and from this lesson, I got one rule which I didn't know before. It's about a biggest, for example, that we can use it. I didn't see about it. I didn't hear about it. And in general, it was fun, and thank you very much.
Okay. Dmitry, what are the rules that you caught from today?
A lot of.
So you can give us like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
From first to seventh. We need a practice, I think, exactly me, but have to say. It's nothing more.
Okay, good. Elvira, what rules did you catch today? And maybe you have some questions?
No, I have no questions.
What are the rules that you
use your slides. I like your rules. Slide number 4. Thank you for this lesson.
Okay, thank you. Ivan, what are the rules that you maybe caught today, new rules?
The new thing is about advice, thanks to Tatiana. I never heard about that. I like the algorithm on some slides. I'm fan of algorithms. I like when we have a if then else. So I like that. That's all.
Okay, thank you so much, Tatiana. Did we fulfill your question from last time?
Of course, we need more practice, and it's quite difficult to explain the rules. Because we all, I guess that we all understand them and we know them and learned many times, but to express them, it's quite difficult for me was today.
Okay.
Thank you very much for having us today.
Okay. Alena, thank you. Alena, your turn.
I think that earlier I don't care about use article in sentence, but after this meeting I must care about it. Thank you for meeting.
Okay. Roman, what's your turn? The rule that you catch today?
Yeah.
that you could say?
Thank you for the share of the slide. I copied it on the paper and I'm going to stick it on the wall and I will use it every day in my common communications.
Okay, good. Well, guys, then thank you today for coming. Once again, if you have any questions, yes, if any topics that you would like to discuss, write in comments under the meeting. В комментах под встречей тогда напишите what you would like to discuss next, okay? If there is something unclear from today's meeting, also please comment, yeah? It will be a pleasure to know what was the problem, yeah, and how to solve it. And then thank you very much for coming and see you on Wednesday. Bye.
Yeah, bye.
Okay, thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.